Dry January, day 15, halfway through the month. And I think at this point, it can start to feel like the whole novelty of dry January has worn off, the nuance of it, and you have to come back to that place where I made a commitment to not drink. And I remember in my first early stages of sobriety, I remember the dialogue in my mind was very loud. There was a lot of back and forth. Because for the first week into the second week of sobriety, I think we are very distracted with how we're feeling. We're going through that detox, that withdrawal. We're having the sleepless nights. We're anxious. We feel like our emotions are all over the place. So it keeps us distracted. And the thing is, you don't realize that at the time, but it did distract you. But as that all starts to kind of wear off and you start sleeping better at night, you kind of come back to a balance somewhat. And I know for me, that caused my mind to seriously kick into overdrive and start overthinking everything. Why am I even doing this? What is the point? I'm so bored. Is it always going to be this way? Am I ever going to feel normal again not drinking? How will I ever be in social settings and not drink? How am I going to enjoy my life again? How am I going to enjoy all those upcoming trips I have? All these things. The alcohol noise is loud, and I want you to be aware of it, because very easily, if we take all these thoughts or we read too much into this dialogue, it can cause us to spiral in our minds. And then that's when we start negotiating with ourselves, thinking that maybe we can have a few drinks. I think sometimes that we can be afraid of our own success, and that's where the tendency to self sabotage comes in. Because as much as we feel proud of ourselves that we've made it 15 days without drinking, we still have that fear in the back of our minds that this pink cloud's going to go away. This is just all going to come crashing down and we're going to end up drinking. So rather than let this build up, this hope build up, sometimes it's easier just to pull that rug out from under ourselves and self-sabotage our own sobriety and stick with that devil we know. Because sadly, for whatever reason, we find comfort in our dysfunction, in that vicious cycle, because it's predictable. Because right now, many of you are in unknown territory, and there definitely is a fear in that. So that's why it's important that we acknowledge the thoughts that we're thinking, that we be aware of the thoughts that we're thinking, and we don't let our minds spiral and go there. Because before something becomes an action, it's a thought first. So just want to make you aware of that. Dry January, day 15, let's keep going.